JDs and Gentlemen, Goys and Burls, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend over the past weekend. If you're a Lions fan, I feel for you. I'm heartbroken for you. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Super Bowl, football, America, that kind of stuff. But nonetheless, going forward, we did get a little bit of an update regarding XDefiant directly from Mark Rubin. And no, it's not a release date. I'll get that out of the way right away because I know a lot of people are waiting for that. But it does lead to us believing a release date could be coming later in February or beginning of March at the latest. And he basically explained that they're going through their final phase of testing in closed-door environments. They're going to be doing everything behind closed doors, letting people play the game, seeing kind of what they find, minor bugs, any kind of stuff like that, and putting the final touches on just before release, which makes me truly believe we probably won't be getting our hands on a PTS or a beta publicly, which I'm not shocked. I said that I didn't think they were going to do that anyways. I thought they were going to just skip all of that and head directly into the release of the game, which would make much more sense rather than putting another PTS out and finding some bugs, delaying it even more, and just pissing off the fan base even more. So expect, I'm assuming, somewhere around the middle of February to get more of an announcement that the game is going to launch. I think these next couple weeks are going to be big for them to get the marketing hype up and get some more information out, pending any major things found behind closed doors. Don't think they will, though, because they were approved the first time through submission, and if they've gone through and fixed those issues, there can't be many, many more. We also did get a little more clarification on a feature that I have wanted inside of XDefiant since I've played the original playtest all the way up to the most recent beta, is a Killcam or a replay system of just some sort. Some way for us to see what happened to us rather than just that, overhead view that we get when we die and the character's running away or whatever it is. And we did get some confirmation directly from Mark Rubin that, hey, we're going to be working on Killcams. They're going to be something that are going to be coming later in the game. I think Killcams add for a little more of, interaction for players. They can kind of understand and learn more when they're playing. They can kind of figure out how they died, where they died from, maybe find out a new cheeky spot or something like that. There's just one thing that does kind of plague Killcams is it makes everyone question if someone's cheating, if something looks bad. Because you have to remember, Killcams are like replays of what just happened, so they're not going to be frame for frame perfect of what you just saw. And I have a feeling like that's a lot of the reason we've had all these accusations in Call of Duty and stuff. It's because people don't realize that Killcams aren't 100% accurate. There are some issues with Killcams. There are problems that come from it. So I would like to see that. And we've touched before, and I kind of will briefly say that again about XDefiant is one of the things that we have to make sure that will be a successful game. Make sure it's successful is that you have a proper anti-cheat in place and that we really are combating cheaters, which Mark Rubin in the past has said that they're going to be going after that. But cheating is becoming like the hot trend in video games for whatever reason. I don't know exactly why or like what is causing that. It seems like everyone and their mother wants to cheat inside of video games now. I just do not get it. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know why it's fun. I don't know what it is, but it's like the hot thing to do in any first-person shooter especially. And there hasn't really been a game that's able to grasp cheating perfectly. Obviously, that's not something that's going to be possible, but the only game that in my mind I've really seen be able to knock down cheaters as well as it could is Valorant with their Vanguard. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy between Vanguard running on your PC in the background and blah, 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 whatever it might be. I'm not an expert on anti-cheat. I don't know anything about that, but if we look at the hysterically bad Ricochet anti-cheat that Call of Duty uses, it's just a crazy thing to me. I don't know why they don't just go opt-in for like Battle Eye or Easy anti-cheat or whatever those are, the ones that have been used before. But we have seen cheating get kind of destroyed by a lot of Ubisoft titles, but there also have been issues in Rainbow Six and other games like that where cheating has been persistent. So hopefully we see a little bit of changes on that front. And he has said before that they plan on combating it, but everyone says it, so we'll have to wait till release to really get our true feelings on it. Another thing we did get a little information on is Clan Wars making a return, kind of like the old Call of Duty Elite system back in the OG Modern Warfare 3. Now, if you guys weren't around for that, it was basically just like a online ability to play other clans to earn points and a leaderboard, and there were maps built into the Elite system that was like a subscription-based, basically like a DLC. I don't think they'll go to that. I think they're going more for that clan war of like you create a group with your friends, you compete against other people in private matches and have fun with it. I don't know if they're going to continue down that kind of like the game battles route and everything, like competitiveness and whatever they want to do with that. I don't know. It would be cool to see. I don't know how they're going to implement that, but this is one of those things kind of just like Killcams where I'm like, hey, that's a feature that sounds great, cool and all and everything, but let's get our hands on the game first. Let's get the game out to the community, to the people who are dying to get their hands on this game before we start implementing features that aren't game necessities. They aren't Like, I don't need clan wars in the launch of XDefiant. My entire gameplay and my profile and everything you're going to see XDefiant here is going to be weapon mastery grind, prestiging, just grinding out the game to the best of its abilities and having fun with it. I don't need things like Killcams and all that kind of stuff in clan wars right away. Add that as seasonal road content, as updates that you're going to be giving to the game, and clan wars maybe come in season 1 as like a big proponent and stuff like that. Make it an incentive for people to want to come back to play your game so they can see the new features. I don't need that at launch. At launch, I want a polished game with minor bugs that has a weapon grind system, a prestige system. That's all I care about. Honestly, even if we don't get the prestige system, I'm fine with that. We could just have the weapon grinding system. I just want to be able to unlock camos and have fun with my friends. I think that's something that's definitely needed. And down the road, add in those new game modes, add in those new features, and all of that. Let's make sure the game can go off the ground running rather than just starting out with all these features and if they have bugs, people are just going to complain, and we know the community, they're just going to shit on it if it doesn't work properly. So let's try to get the most polished and best game possible. I've said this before, XDefiant will not launch perfect. No game does, no game anymore will. There will be issues, there are going to be bumps in the road, but being a free-to-play game, that is something that's going to be easier to take in than a paid game. Paid games that have issues and you've paid all this money for, then you get on and you can't even play the game is a slap in the face. A free-to-play game, you can come back to it at any time, you didn't waste any money on it, and knowing that the only thing that's going to be paid in the game is cosmetics, there'll be nothing that's pay to win or anything like that, that is a relief as a consumer. That's kind of all we have for the update for today's video, but I wanted to get into a discussion for the next video on the channel because I really wanted to talk about this with you guys, because I'm going to put a poll on my community page. I'll also put a comment down in the comment section so you guys can interact with that however you want to. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you do. It means the world to me. We upload almost every single day here on the channel, and with all these new games coming out, I'm so excited to get my hands on all this stuff and show it to you guys, build this community even bigger. So the question that I'm going to be asking you guys for this one is about XDefiant. My thoughts on it are that I believe XDefiant will be like the Valorant to CSGO, and in the essence of like, this is CSGO is Call of Duty and Valorant is XDefiant. I think it's going to be a free-to-play game that will be successful because it is very similar, yet it has its perfect new and fresh ideas tailored into it that will make it successful, as well as it's free-to-play. And I just want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Do you think that this game has a chance to be successful? Do you think it will be that same scenario where it's like a Valorant to a CS in a sense? Or do you think the game's going to flop? Do you think it's going to be a Hyperscape kind of thing where it kind of just dies down? One thing I will say is Hyperscape had a completely different skill level than this game does. Hyperscape was high action, fast-paced Ubisoft title that was a BR, and the BR genre is not for everyone. Now, the first-person genre has kind of died down a little bit, but if we look at games like Overwatch or, like I said, Valorant and them, they have those niches that keep people included in it, especially with characters and factions and stuff like that. So let me know down in the comments section below what you guys think. I want to make a whole video talking about it. Might put some of your guys' comments and thoughts in there if you guys get pretty in-depth with them. So love you guys to death. Appreciate all love and support here recently on the channel. You guys are beautiful, one of a kind, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, boys, deuces!